Ah, Jesus Christ. Ah, fuck. I don't know if that recorded, but if it does, most likely I'm gonna put it as the intro for this little snippet because we are getting new overlords. Alright, hi there YouTube, it's me Morphsuit America, and I'm doing a video talking about the new update kicking in over in the Korean Dragon Blades December 28th, 2017. Now keep in mind that depending on time zones, it might be the 27th or 29th and all that good stuff. So, you know, convert accordingly. And if you guys want to view the details for yourself, you can check the description below, and most likely if they do update the patch notes or the details talking about these events, I will also put that in due time. But yeah, December 28th, 2017, we are getting a new batch of overlords. They are called, from what I'm reading on the Wikipedia, the Estals Fleet. Yes, I know, I suck at pronunciation, but that's what I got when it comes to the translation of it and how to actually try to pronounce it. If you guys want to correct me, or if you guys think it should be said in this way, go ahead and put it in the comments below. But yeah, it's apparently called the Estals Fleet. Now, if you can read Korean and if you know the actual translation to it, then most likely you can read it and decipher it for yourself. To me, I'm using the Dragon Blades Wikipedia, and if you guys are interested in it, then, you know, go ahead and look at that link and read up on the lore. But yeah, we are getting the Estals Fleet. Now, here's the thing about the Estals Fleet. Once again, if you haven't played the story, this will be a huge spoiler. And if you are on the global Dragon Blades, and if you are spoiling yourself, this is your call if you want to actually hear the storyline stuff. So, big disclaimer right now, big red text saying, you know, spoilers ahead. Alright, so if you've been paying attention to the storyline, most of these Overlord characters are kind of showing up throughout the plot. Now, not only are they showing up throughout the entire storyline, they are also showing us the power that they have, and they are also showing us the Arcbuster that they have. Yes, if you don't know what an Arcbuster is, I'll have a video link in the description below. But yeah, the Arcbuster is actually a very important tool to fight against the giant monsters that are in the game now. And apparently the Taryang warriors have the red Arcbuster, and then the Wings of Haydn have the, the sort of look-alike of the Arnis Key Arcbuster. Most likely I'm gonna call it the black and, actually no, ours is black and gold. I guess I can call that dark teal and yellow question mark. But yeah, if you guys know what I'm talking about, that's great. If you guys haven't, then you know, this is just a bunch of spoilers and you may not know what I'm talking about, but hopefully you guys will get to that certain cutscene. Now, if you are playing on global and you are listening to this, most likely you are doing this because you want to spoil yourself and, you know, kind of join the hype train question mark. I don't know, but yeah, do whatever you guys want to do. So going back on topic, the thing is, yeah, with that being said, most likely the Estals Fleet will also have their own Arcbuster. It might be one of the other lookalikes that isn't available, because to be kind of honest with you guys, I feel like they are going to release all 7 of the Arcbusters that kind of have some sort of resemblance to the Buster Keys. Now, will I call them Dragon Buster Keys, or like a giant Megazord version of a Dragon Buster Keys? No, because these Arcbusters are 3 times bigger and wider, and they do a lot more damage compared to a Dragon Buster Key. However, if you guys just want to roll with it and you just want to trigger me, and if you guys just want to, you know, stay like, hey, this is actually a Dragon Buster fucking key, then go ahead and do that. But yeah, anyways, going back on topic, most likely the Estals Fleet will get something that will look like the Iota Key, the Iota Key, the Gaia Key, the Omega Key, or the, what's the other key I'm missing? Epsilon Key. So yeah, wait, no, wait, did I say Arnis? No, Arnis is already taken. So Iota, Gaia, Omega, and Epsilon. So it's gonna look like one of those 4 keys, but a bigger version, and it's gonna be an Arc Buster. And that concludes that little segment talking about, you know, the spoilers and the lore and stuff. So if you guys actually skipped it, that's fine. If you guys didn't, then, you know, that's fine as well. Let's talk about the other stuff. So apparently, for this 3rd tab, the drop rate buff will be both on and off for burning. This is kind of important. Now, if you guys don't know about the burn gauge or the burning gauge or whatever you want to call this system, then go ahead and check that video at the end of this video in the description or somewhere on the screen right now. But when it comes to the buffs and the burn gauge, apparently they are tied together. You can see more details on the Dragon Blaze Wikipedia that I have on that video's description link to get the gist of it. This is kind of a good and bad thing, and I didn't really think about it until, you know, I considered one huge factor: time zones. Now understand this, if you are in Korea and if you are playing this game, then it shouldn't be a huge issue to you. But to Westerners or people who aren't in Korea, you will have to convert your times accordingly. I don't know how many foreigners are actually playing the Korean Dragon Blaze, but I think it's a good amount. A third of all the players, question mark? Yeah, I'm just pulling out numbers out of my butt. But anyways, the thing is, time zones are an issue. Now, is it a big issue? It'll depend on you, because if you're able to adapt to the time zones, then most likely try to get on during these certain buff times or burn times or like events, then you're fine. However, if you're not, then let me give you guys an example of like how this can be an issue. And I'm going to use my time zone and give you guys a demonstration of like what I have to do to actually do some of these events. Before I give you guys a clear image of what I'm trying to get at, when it comes to the world buffs, and when I mean world buffs, I'm referring to the 100% drop rate stuff along with the XP boost and the gold drop rate boost, like the stuff you see when you're actually waiting in the lobby and you see those little icons on the upper right hand corner. Yeah, those are world buffs. But I think the Korean world buffs are different from what global has, so just keep that in mind. But anyways, let me paint the picture right now. So when it comes to my time zone, I'm living on the East Coast. Right now it's 9:38 p.m. If I decide to convert my time to the Korean time right now, it's actually 11:38 p.m. With that being said, there is a 14-hour difference between my time zone, EST, along with my time zone, and then, you know, with the Korean time zone. So let's say that the Korean time zone is doing guild adventures around, let's say, what's a good time? Around 8 p.m. over there. If I decide to convert my time zone from that, it will actually be 6 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, 6 a.m. in the morning. And if you didn't do the math that quickly, just know that when it comes to the hour difference, you just, you know, minus 12, or like you take away a day. So if it's 8 p.m. over there, just minus 12, and then you get 8 a.m. and that's 12 hours, and then minus another 2, so it's actually 6 a.m. So yeah, 6 a.m. is when Guild Adventure starts, if the Korean Dragon Blaze Guild Adventure starts around 8 p.m. And yeah, most of the buffs and most of these events that are running over in the Korean Dragon Blaze are early in the morning for me. And most of the time I'm actually asleep. And that's a huge issue, because not only am I missing certain events like Guild Adventures and Guild Siege, I'm also missing some of the usual world buffs that will help me get the maximum multiplier, so I can get, you know, essences, drop rates, and all that good sort. And most of the time I tend to farm off of these buffs. Now, I try to get my laptop to actually run during these times, you know, farm all night and all morning, but there are some technical technical difficulties that would pop up here and there because my laptop is a piece of shit. But that's more on my technical side of things, and you guys don't need to know about that. So with that being said, time zones are actually a pain in the butt, because it's either you're gonna try to get on those certain times so you can just do these things so you can, you know, keep up with the game and hopefully get your rubies and all that good sort, or you don't and you miss the chance to get like the maximum sort of drop rate you can get. And this is just my time zone in my example. Depending on you and depending on how you actually cope with this and depending on where you actually live, because if you actually live in the same time area as Korea, then this isn't a huge issue because you should be fine. If you live in Europe, for example, you should be okay with it because you are kind of close to, or I wouldn't say close to Korea, but you know, there's not like a 12-hour difference between the German time zone, for example, to the Korean time zone. To give you an example, my time zone right now is 9:45 p.m. EST time. Over there in Germany, it's actually 3:45 p.m. over there. No, wait, 3:45 a.m. Excuse me, a.m. not p.m. over there, and then most likely over in the Korean time zone, it's actually 11:45 a.m. So when it comes to Germany and Korea, or like the area around Germany or the European time zone over there, there is an 8-hour difference. So it depending on certain criteria and certain conditions and all that sorts, yeah, you might be okay or you might not be okay. Now, this may not be a huge reason to why the developers are actually changing the buff times. It might be because of complaints, and you know, people might just hate the fact that to actually get these drop rate buffs is tied in with your burn system, and most likely some people may want to actually farm when, you know, you don't need to have the burn system on, and they may want to keep on, they may want to stock up on their burn points, or you know, not use their burn points. So yeah, that can be another reason to why they're actually doing it, and I apologize about my little stuttering moment over there. But continuing on, so they will be updating the guild attendance rewards, so make sure that once the actual patch kicks in, you check up on the Dragon Blaze Wikipedia for that question mark. But yeah, the other thing they're gonna do is update the attendance reward, and on the 28th day of your login, you actually get an Ultimate TransSelect ticket. Now, this will be very handy depending on if you want a certain Transcended ally at ultimate status and then hopefully get them to ARC status, or you can go for the secondary items. Most likely I'm going to go for the secondary items for my 28th Ultimate TransSelect choice. Now, I should get Chronos, but there's another little thing that's going to pop up soon. Here's the thing. When it comes to this DICE event, I haven't actually explained it as much because I forgot about it. The last one was talking about what Mercedes giving invitations, and then like you had to play a little game where you go to King Graham and stuff. Yeah, I had a lot of dices to roll. It's just that I kind of forgot about it, and then when they actually took it out in the game, I was like, oh wait, I can get rewards out of this. I was a dummy not to actually play this stupid thing. So yeah, but hopefully with this new DICE event, I can actually talk about it and showcase it. And this will only last 1 week. So once the 28th update maintenance is done, make sure you start farming and start rolling the dice and hopefully get Mercedes to the very end of it, and you can get a bunch of rewards out of it. The next thing that's on the screen is actually a good thing. So on New Year's, or like the beginning of January, they will be handing out an ARCA TransSelect ticket. Now, this is good because if you get an ARC Transcended ally, you definitely want to trade in that ARC Transcended ally for an Overlord. Now, depending on who you select, you may want to keep them or you may want to trade them in. when it comes to the transcended allies that are actually good still, I would say Kronos is pretty high up there along with Selene. But if you guys got any sort of recommendations when it comes to someone else that's actually pretty good still, go ahead and put it in the comments below. But most likely you want to get an ARC Transcended ally so you can trade it in for the new Overlords or an Overlord you want to get. Or most likely the secondary items you can actually get, so you can use the essences and triple S allies to actually upgrade your current Overlords. Now this is most likely a little snippet of the GM events to come and also the login rewards. So make sure you do that. And then this is a bunch of deals talking about like if you buy this you get this stuff. And then yeah, this one is actually a bit surprising, but apparently this is a max Overlord ticket. Now you might be wondering, wait a second, don't they have an ultimate Overlord ticket selector thingy in the shop right now that costs the same price as this one, but you know, it's ultimate status, which is kind of better because you're not wasting a lot of resources? Well, yes and no. The thing is, depending on who you want to get with that ultimate ticket, yes, you will be saving a shit ton of resources, but you know, you're spending real life money for it. However, the biggest issue with the Ultimate Select ticket compared to this ticket is that you cannot select the new Transcended characters. And with that being said, who am I referring to? I'm referring to the latest 2 Hidden Wing members along with the upcoming 2 Overlords that you see on the screen, along with the lolly girl that I'm gonna talk about, question mark. Shit, I really don't want to talk about her, but yeah. So you'll be able to select the new members or the new Overlords. And if you really don't want to make the Overlords from scratch, this can save you a bit of resources, and you can just skip that step of, you know, getting an Overlord from base to max status, because that still eats up a good amount of resources. So this is kind of handy, but you know, once again, an ultimate Overlord ticket costs the same as this. It's just that if you decide to buy the max Overlord ticket, you can get the new Overlord units. And then more discounts and deals, but yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to all of the other news about the Korean Dragon Blades. Let's get into the characters stuff. Alright, so this guy's name is Overlord Jerusalem Zerel. Z-E-R-E-L. Now, of course I'm going to butcher the name, and if you guys want to correct me, go ahead and do so, or do it later on during the streams. But this guy, his name is making me think, and I'm kind of surprised that his name is Jerusalem, or that's part of his name. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because if you know your history, Jerusalem is actually a holy city that's located in the Middle East, and the fact that they decided to bring this sort of name into Dragon Blades is kind of interesting, because the thing is, we already have Norse and Greek mythology in Dragon Blades, or to some extent. Now obviously it's not the exact sort of lore of Greek mythology and Norse mythology, because you know, it's Dragon Blades, it's fictional and all that good sort, but the fact that they use some of the god names or titan names like Atlas, like who else is there? Atlas, Thanatos, Kronos, Helios, and then for Norse mythology they brought up Odin, Yggdrasil. Who else is there? Odin, Yggdrasil, Fenrir, Ragnarok, Tyr. So I'm kind of surprised they're adding this sort of aspect into Dragon Blades. Now this might be over speculation and stuff, but maybe we'll be getting a lot of different references to all of these different religions kind of clashing heads against one another. If you haven't seen the recent chapter 5.4 stuff in the Korean Dragon Blades, yeah, there's a huge hint to the ruler of the Titan City, or the Titans. Now, I might be wrong on that part because I can't read the storyline, but from what I got with a good friend of mine, he said that a certain being was there and under the name of a certain Norse god. So, stuff is heated over here in the Korean Dragon Blaze. Anyways, enough of my little banter about his name. He looks pretty cool. Now, his getup is reminding me of some sort of Messiah. I guess I can call him Messiah? Yeah, like some sort of prophet, because he has those sort of robes, but it's also a bit demonic, or like a bit creepy, because you can see that on his right side, or technically the left side if you are looking at the picture right now, there's a bunch of skulls dangling off of his belt. That's a bit creepy, and not only that, you can see that behind him he has this sort of skeleton. You might question if it is a skeleton because of the color of his bone, or its bone, excuse me, because I don't know if it's a he or she, but yeah. That thing is apparently the Master of Death that Jerusalem, Overlord Jerusalem, can summon. I think he is a mage because of the text over here, but I've been proven wrong with most of my guesses on some of these Overlords, so I'm just gonna leave it up in the air. If he's an Incantor, I wouldn't mind him being the first male Incantor, because he looks pretty cool. Not only that, he also got the flaming eyeball on his left side. Alright, so this character, I did not expect the creators to create this sort of character, because she reminds me of Tanya a tiny bit. The thing that's reminding me of Tanya is, one, the blonde hair, but secondly, it's that evil smile and her body, question mark. Now, if you don't know who Tanya is, or what Tanya I'm referring to, then hopefully you can type that up on Google and you can find her. Let's just say an evil lolly character from an anime. Yeah, with that being said though, I don't know what to say about this. Now, I might be wrong. She might be good. She might just look... well, excuse me. She might look evil. And she might be like the purest of all the... I don't know, Dragon Blade's characters. But, yeah. I can't really say much about it. And if you are wondering what her name is, it's Frances Lalona? Hold on, let me get up Google so it can say it for me as well. Frances Lalona. Now, yeah, I don't know much about this Overlord. Now, the name in itself doesn't give some sort of significance behind it. I might be wrong about that though. I might need to do some research and see if this is there's something behind it, but there's some lore in the Dragon Blaze Wikipedia if you want to know about her. I'm just... yeah, you might be wondering why I'm not actually giving my said input, because one, you guys would, if you guys been watching my videos and, you know, viewing my streams and stuff, then, you know, you guys would usually call me that word, and I don't know what to say about this. Yeah, This getup though isn't friendly. But then again, looks may be deceiving and she may be like 2,000 years old, so how about this? If she can show me some good animation movesets, I might get her, and depending on what class she is, I might get her too. I got a feeling that she's either a healer or a paladin, but I'm leaning on a paladin, but then I'm not going to be 100% sure on this, because when I usually guess what class its future Overlord's gonna be, I'm completely effing wrong, so yeah. So this is Francis, and I'm not gonna say anything about her outfit and stuff. It's weird. Let's go with that. It's weird, yeah. I mean, I'll stick with the priest character, thank you very much. I mean, not to diss on her, but once again, if she's actually good, and if she has some funny skill animation, and if she somehow reminds me of Tanya, I might get her. Alright, so with that being said, that concludes this video on the December 28th, 2017 patch notes for the Korean Dragon Blaze. So what do you guys think about the 2 new Overlords and the things to come? Now, I'm also going to ask, what do you guys think about the game right now as well? Because in my opinion, it was going good and then it became stagnant again for me. Like, I got mixed feelings about the things that they're doing still. But I'm gonna leave that in its own separate video. So, yeah, go ahead and put it in the comments below. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys around. Peace.